Right, let's do a recording of this. I think I figured out a way to do this because I'm doing it at reduced resolution. Of course, it's an old game, so the capture doesn't work very well. And I want to explain because I've been playing quite a few games of this the past few days, and I needed to have a think about what is it about Total Annihilation that even 1997, 2021, so nearly 25 years after the game's release, how am I still entertained by this basic RTS? I mean, Command and Conquer Remastered came out the other day and it was good, but without the mods, I was a bit bored. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and explain it, and the way I'm going to try and explain it is by building a bunch of stuff and doing this battle on Winding Pass. It's a map which should prohibit the use of long range plasma cannons. So we're going to have a command cruiser just building up. I wanted to take away hypermobile builders. Never mind. I'm still using some of the mutators. So, for example, that metal extractor is doing +4 when really it should be doing 2. But I was playing a game last night and they had a massive army arrayed against me, thousands of units, and my defences were chewing through them by the time. And then that gave me time to build up a fleet of starships, which I then sent on patrol, and they were just absolutely chewing up the enemy and spitting out wreckage, which I then reclaimed so I could build more. And it was great fun. And this is the thing, I just think to myself, if I was designing a game today, and the design brief was, well, this game was fun, we need to have a game which is as fun, if not more fun, I would look at the play style of this and the time to kill, and I'd even try to emulate the AI because a lot of modern AI is too good. And you need an option for people like myself who are filthy casuals, as the saying goes, where it's not completely impossible to do. And so I would spend a lot of time studying this game and going, okay, what makes this great? Just do more of that. And of course, you have the options for the harder AI for people that are much better at these sorts of things than I am. Okay, let's have you on patrol because you can help that guy building the laser turrets. And I think I'm going to have a couple of missile towers as well. And already the enemy command crew is like, oh, you didn't use that patch of metal. I'll go ahead and use that now then. Great. Yep, just bugger off back to where you came from then. You probably want to have some sort of situation where, I mean, it's cheeky and he got away with it and didn't destroy him. So, yeah, I think a human player might do that if they were feeling bold. But yeah, I'm hoping this quick little game, because it's a very small map, I'm hoping this will adequately explain to people why Total Annihilation is the greatest RTS of all time, and then I'm going to have a go at Supreme Commander and see if I can figure that one out. Because I've got to admit the AI in that game kicks my ass, and I have to play with allies. You'd think for someone that's played as much RTS as me, they get better at this sort of stuff, and I don't. I play against human players, and it's not fun losing all the time and losing very quickly because, of course, they all play, and the way they play is like they're playing to win. They're not dicking around, and unfortunately, it just means casual fags like myself. We don't have much of a look in really. It's not a good situation. So I'm just going to put a couple of and so this is the amount of room I've got to work with. And I believe all of these maps, they have a thing, and I think this is a 710 by 5 or something, which means if you're playing in the game's default resolution of 640 by 480, that will be that many pixels times 7 by 5 or whatever it is you're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and build some of this. some dragon's teeth, and of course the pathfinding in this game was never that good. But already we can see they've got some enemy and they are on their way. So let's go ahead and build a more factories. I was playing Yerut Mountains the other day, which was one of those maps I never normally play because it was recommended for 64 megabytes and up, and at the time I had like a 32 megabyte system. I always promised myself later on. Of course, later on when I did get a computer with more memory, it didn't have the same sort of appeal to it. So I never really played those maps and they didn't stick in my head as much. I'm going to build some of those as well, and then a couple of these, because those missiles, they launch vertically and they should be able to go over the mountain pass. Let's just build up these defences. And I'm building these levelers. They're very slow tanks, and well done, chump, you've just played yourself. So you can see those explosions. They're trying to shoot missiles over the mountain and they're failing. So I'm going to go ahead and build another radar because we want more than one. And I'm going to go ahead and build a radar here. And let's go ahead and build some laser turrets there as well. And look, my plasma cannon's trying to shoot there as well, but can't get through the mountain range. So we are at an impasse. I'm not sure if you've ever played Red Dead Redemption, but spoilers, there's a situation in it where you flee south to Mexico for a while. And whilst you're there, you're in the freeway standoff. There's a Mexican pointing his gun at you, and then he points his gun at this other gunslinger who's been sent to find you. And you're pointing your gun to both of them, and of course the gunslinger's pointing this, and it's like you're looking at this situation which is a Mexican standoff, and it's like, is there a name for a situation like this? I don't believe there is, sir. And so one of them says, I believe this situation could be described as an impasse. We are at an impasse. So yes, here is the impasse, which is impassable. I'm going to go ahead and build some more turrets, some mobile turrets. And then, hey, you know what? Let's just go pop a little fusion reactor there. Oh, look, I can see them. Because, that's right, of course, yeah, the line of sight in this is true. So things immediately beyond the mountain can't see until I crest that ridge. But those things across the border I can. So let's have a look. There they are. He's gone ahead and built a... that's an interesting place for a solar panel. Anyway, I don't think any ground forces are going to be able to get through all of this, are they? Anyway, you decide to use the command cruiser as a scout. A risky gambit, but it worked. Right, so this is going to be my main form of offence. How did you get damaged? How does that work? Was there a stray missile or something? Must have been. You know what? No, I'm not yet at the situation. I was very tempted to get rid of my barriers, but not just yet. Oh yeah, that would work. So you know what, let's just fill this area with missile turrets. Oh, that worked well. The Reaver counts as a medium anti-starship laser, but it's fast firing, and if it hits one of those fighters, it'll be dead. So yeah, that did the job. And as soon as that's built, no, not starfighters. I want construction starships, please, or the advanced versions thereof. Right, you reclaim that. And let's just put these there. It's also nice having some mobile surface-to-air missile launchers, although they do fire at the ground as well. Because why not? There's no such thing as limited ammo in these games. So this... I know what I can do to get these in range. And it's a risky gambit, but it will work. And there's many things... I'm going to have to do some videos about Supreme Commander, because of course it's the game I and many other people that love this wanted to play. So there's many things in the user interface which made it so much better, but it came out 10 years afterwards, and I think by that time I lost the interest in... I don't want to say I lost the interest exactly in the game, but I kind of lost the interest in RTS by that point. I sort of understood it's like, I'm not going to be a Supreme Commander. And then playing online against people, it's like, wow. Even when I watched the replays and tried to emulate what they were doing, I couldn't do it. I'm not that good at managing my economy, as you can see here. And managing an economy is an important part of any war effort. I mean, an army can't march on an empty stomach, and I think that's it. There's only like 2 spots for metal here, and that's it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is a couple of things. I'm going to build that, and then I'm going to have some flak turrets here, 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 and anywhere else you're hurting. And you are going to go ahead and build an aircraft plant. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and build some Moho metal makers, which is a silly... they should have just called it an advanced metal maker. It's like it's a particle accelerator, what turns energy into metal or matter, is it? Because I think later on in the game, later on with Supreme Commander, we were having discussions about the 2 resources. Like, yep, have metal and energy, but then people said, well, it's not just metal you need for stuff. I mean, you need semiconductors and ceramics and rubber and plastics, and so the agreement was that it's still a metal extractor. That's what it would have been called in TA days, but now we're going to call it a matter and energy as the 2 resources, which I think was a better system. So there's my first of my... no, it's not on yet. Oh, it's making energy. Right, I think that's a bug in it. So it got attacked, and these buildings, when they get attacked, like Moho mines, solar panels, metal makers, they turn themselves off and they retract, and then they have a damage reduction bonus, so they become more armoured effectively. And then what happens is, after a period when they haven't been attacked, they'll go ahead and... so I'm going to build the Valkyrie air transport, and I'm going to use that to move my units across this ridge. I'm going to have to do it manually. And in Supreme Commander, it was good because those things could be automated. They would just automatically go ahead and do the stuff. So yeah, they're figuring out they can't go through the mountain pass, and they're sending in more of these gunships to do the job. So I'm going to build more anti-air to counter that. And then, as soon as I can, in fact sooner actually, I'm going to build another of these starships, starship yards. Then I'm going to build an advanced starship thing, and I'm not going to build a docking lab. I'm going to have a mobile fleet support unit thing, and then my aircraft. All these starship count as aircraft. They can all dock with it. So you go ahead and build that, and then I might as well build a construction aircraft because whilst I'm in the neighbourhood, as they say. So here it is. Right. Now, is it going to survive all that anti-air? The chances point to not really. But let's go ahead and assume that we will. So unload one, and then we'll load that, unload you there, and then we'll go there and see if we can survive those 2 ferry missions. So it's picking up a vehicle called the Diplomat, which is... Nope, did not survive. Okie dokie. I think we'll go ahead and we'll do a whole bunch of those things now. We'll just send our mobile turrets over there to deal with that menace. Oh yeah, and I don't have any advanced radar up, so let's go and fix that now. So we'll build an advanced radar. It can be right at the back of the base because this is a very small map. And then I think instead of just conventional fusion reactors, I'm going to build the cloaking ones. So that'll probably come in more useful. There we go. Not much demand for these now, so I'm just going to reclaim them and get some metal back. So there's my advanced radar. Oh look, and it doesn't show me. It shows me everything to about there. But look, my mobile turrets are doing their job, and they're actually... Well, I have the air superiority, it seems. It's always fun seeing pew-pew lasers flying about. Okie doke, so there's my one construction aircraft. Pop you in over there. And so unfortunately what I was hoping to show people would be that they'll come on over and I can show you these great land battles as they just get churned up by my defences, but as we can see that's not quite how it's working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell my construction spacecraft, which are... oh, well, they're not as rugged as I was hoping, actually. But they're rugged enough. Now I've removed that solar collector, that's cleared a blockage there. I want these Cobra anti-air turrets to come up. There we go, yep. So there's the flak flying in the air. So let's get these on a patrol around here. And oh dear, those explosions look worrying. What's going on there? I don't know what's going on there, and that's what I just saw a big explosion and thought, what was that? Well, I don't see it, so I don't know. Anyway, bit of a low on the action, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is load up one of these. Load that. Load that. Unload there. And then load... Got anything else I can load? No, can't load whilst you've got something on. So even though I'm queuing these options up. Right, so there's the diplomat, which is a bit damaged. I'm going to put shoot all, so even non-military targets like the resource generators and things, I'll go ahead and attack those if it's in range. But anyway, nothing's in range at the moment, so the diplomat's just going to stay there and be diplomatic. But hey, look at that. I can... stop you. There we go. Now I'm going to build some more diplomats. So send over diplomatic overtures. Well, that sound tells me that there's a lot of Valkyrie unable to unload unit. Go somewhere else then. Supreme Commander was much better at this sort of thing. It made the strategy of mass airlifting armies much more viable. In this game, it was a pain in the ass to do it. But it could still be done, and people did. Like, one fun tactic people would do, and it works better in the early game before there's loads of anti-air about, is there was this crawling bomb, and you could load it up into the Valkyrie, fly it towards the enemy base, and as they'd shoot them out of the sky, a massive explosion. So they came flying kamikaze bombs. It's great fun. And the other thing you could do as well, especially if you're playing on Commander Def equals game over, so like you're playing the chess rules, is you could say you could build a whole bunch of Valkyries and find out where the enemy commander was, load it up, and once you've got him loaded up, you've got the enemy commander hostage. At which point you can fly the transport into enemy defences, and if the human opponent hasn't set it to what's it called, hold fire, then you make them kill themselves. Or you can just do Control D, which will cause the self-destruct sequence to initiate, and 5 seconds later you've won. Yeah, it was it was a dumb, stupid, risky strategy, but if you could pull it off, it worked great. And chances are you could only do it for one game, because after that, your opponent would get wise to it, and it's like, nope, I'm not doing that again. You're not getting me with those transports. They'd build a lot more anti-air in the next game. So it was great fun. Everyone loved it. Especially playing it in LAN party and hearing the swearing. When he's like, what do you mean your transport can pick up my commander? You bastard. Oh, yeah. Oh dear. A lot of happy memories. A lot of happy memories like that. Well, that there is a long-range plasma cannon. They are shooting over the mountains, but fortunately, they don't seem to be able to land their shots, which is very good. So, you know what I'm going to go ahead and do? I'm just going to do Control D on that. I'm going to open up this pass again. In fact, you know what? I don't need these transports anymore, so let's just get rid of those. Oh, and they've decided, as soon as I've opened up the pass, to do a mass gunship attack. But fortunately, my spacecraft on repair duty, so they're patrolling around and they're doing their job. Now let's get the commander to reclaim these dragon's teeth. like so. Reclaim some more of this wreckage as well. Let's just try and open the pass up to armies again. And you, I want you to build a K-bot lab. Because it doesn't have robots in this game, they're K-bots. No explanation what a K-bot was. It's a bit like in Unreal Tournament. What's the ASMD rifle stand for? And suck my dick. It's just... There's no explanation for why it's called that. It's just what it is. What more do you need? Oh, I'm short of energy, so let's just turn those off. It's nice that they bothered with animations like that. But yeah. Look at all this. This is now available, so... So I'm going to send them in. I'm going to send these in as well. So let's just move them all over. See if they can figure out the correct way to go through the path. Oh yeah, I need some air repair facilities. But anyway, K-bot Lab's up and running. So I'm going to build the one and only construction unit because space is at a premium here. Don't need that anymore, so reclaim that. And I've got my spacecraft. Right, so let's go ahead and immediately build one of those. Alright, there it is. There's my flak turrets showing that mountain what for. Doing SFA, I think is as the acronym goes. And there's a bug there. That construction vehicle stuck in a loop of deploying its nano lathe and redeploy it. Oh, and I lost my fighter. And that missile flies harmlessly away. So let's cloak that. There we go. So it takes a bit of energy to cloak, but it makes more energy. So net gain. That's good. 7777. Just reinitialize all of those. Build the advanced K-bot lab. Reclaim these level 1 builders because I don't need you anymore. And, oh. So I built that, right, great. So let's go ahead and build a fleet support ship. You know what, let's go ahead and build 2. Then I'm going to build a communication ship. Then I'm going to build some heavy turrets. So now... let's just hurry up the build of the fleet support ship. And the command cruiser again. He's coming in, and oh look, yeah. I could see the gun turret getting destroyed just before it was destroyed. That was a real innovation of having like. Having parts fly off of a unit to indicate damage. That was not in the base game or the expansions. That was thanks to some very clever modders who went ahead and was like, well, we can show these bits should no longer exist. And I don't know how they did it, but And of course, when those turrets went away, it also stopped them firing because the turrets don't exist. So it was like, I remember at the time it was such a big deal. It's like, wow, it's incredible you've done this thing. So let's go ahead and advance them up the pass again. Right, so here's my first flying aircraft carrier and stroke spaceship thingy. So we'll just put it there. Then everything that's flying that needs to be repaired can be. That's very good. Right, let's go ahead and build one of these, and that should help with the Of course, my command cruiser did take damage earlier on, but it has auto repair systems. So here's my... And I'm going to build these. These are going to be the only thing that can effectively get through this impasse. So as you see, here's the gunships, and I've not got any anti-air, because the anti-air has decided that, oh, we're just on smoke break or something, we're not going to help. Well, there's not much range to these missiles. Oh, come on, he's practically on top of you. Oh, so only once you're under attack do you return fire. No, fire at will, because you can hold fire, return fire, fire at will. And buddy, I've got you on fire at will, so I want you firing at will. Will had it coming. Let's retreat my defense turrets. Wait, can I... No, none of these guys can help out, so... Let's just pull you away. See if you can help with building that. Actually, I know the answer to that's going to be a no, so... Let's go ahead and do that then. So let's stop these because they can't repair whilst they're moving. That's my targeting facility. Yeah, my targeting facility is up, so anything in radar range, it will get attacked. You know, is it possible to build? The mountain range is too steep. Oh, that's a bugger, in it. Be great if I... Oh, look, I can fit something there, though. Can I fit anything there? No, so I'm going to fit one there. Oh, no, that's the advanced construction vehicle. He's not going to be able to get there. So I can fit one of these in instead. Oh, you son of a bitch. Of course, when it first builds the skeleton, it has virtually no health at all, just like one hit point and that's it. So let's see if I can build this up quickly. And then fit in a little thing here. Go on, hurry up. Everybody that can, I want them to go ahead and build that thing for me. And of course it won't bloody work because they're all attacking. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Can you get it built? Can you get it built? No, is the answer to that. So I'm going to need some mobile defences which I can float on over to there. But you know what? Cancel that. Don't need that anymore. I'll just focus on mobile anti-air. And hey, yeah, sure, send these guys out. And I can hear the sharp crack of long-range plasma cannons, but that's okay, the mountain passes protect me against that, so I don't need to worry. And something was there, some sort of turret, but as you can see, Goliath crushed it. Here comes another squadron of enemy fighters. Oh. Poor old Goliath, what is he supposed to do against that? Let's just have a look. So the build time of that is 39421. All these units with the straight 40223. So I can build a rapid fire anti-air turret faster than I can build the not as fast anti-air turret. Or anti-space, whatever. These are all air units, but we just call them spaceships, so that's the only distinction, really. So let's see if I can build that there. That will help out a little bit. Just reclaim all this wreckage, because, well, there's always a need to have this better that I have it and deny it to the enemy than it just sort of lies there. So I think that's the main thing, even because I don't need, well, actually I've still got room for some of the metal, so yeah, there is that, but mostly I'm doing it just to deny it to the enemy. Right. Let's send these over there. I have to handhold these guys really, because this is not good for TA's rudimentary pathfinding system. But it'll eventually find its way. So now that's done, let's see if I can fit. I think there was also adjustments on the buildings saying like how much level terrain do you want. Well, that's doing its job. So this aircraft carrier needs repairs. So I'm going to tell it to move ahead here and then go there. Look how fast it can maneuver. And the command cruiser could do with some repairs, so it's going to land on the fulcrum, it says. But it wants to land on the one which has already landed, so it's waiting for that to become available. Well, that's doing a good job. So, really I wanted to start this video just to explain why do I like this game after 25 years? Why is it still entertaining? And really, I think it's one of those sort of ineffable questions. It's much like saying, why do people like the E-Type Jaguar so much? I mean, it's nice to look at, but why is it nice to look at? Well, it's got curves. Yeah, but many cars have got curves, and they're not the E-Type Jaguar. And it's one of those questions people can ask themselves, and I think it's where it becomes an art form and not a science. I don't think there's any hard and fast rules to it. It's just a case of it's good. And I've got to say now, I'm not bored of this. I mean, I did get bored with it for many years, which is why I've only come back to it now. Yeah. Good stuff. The command cruiser's been repaired, that's nice. Wait a second, there's something there. Oh, well, not to worry, there's also plasma cannons, so yeah, they're out of range. Oh, and despite the fact that these can shoot vertically, they're still, no, still struggling. Let's just keep you there, buddy. Hey, great, we got one of those up, so... let's go ahead and build the big turret. Oh, bugger. Come on, keep it up, keep it up. There we go. Let's go ahead and assist build with some of these because we need to improve our construction capability, and construction spacecraft is the way to do it. Build it up. Actually, you know what? I'm going to recall these guys. I don't want to lose them on a suicide mission. I want them to actually shoot the oncoming enemy forces. What if I was to go ahead and build a Doomsday machine there, which is the cause? It's like 3 lasers in one. It's got a medium range one, a short range heavy laser, and a short range light laser. So let's go ahead and build one of those. They're always fun. There's going to be a lot of that noise. But you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and use the Now I See, because there's not really much else going on at the moment, so this will give us a good bird's eye view of what's happening, what the haps are. just manually tell that to shoot, because it's not going to be able to do anything against those ground forces, is it? Come on, come on, come on. If I click enough times on this, maybe it'll work. I think I need to move some of these out of the way because it's blocking it. Oh look, here comes the first of their army. So I'm just going to repair that and then do that. Of course it can't get there. No. No, it's not being able to get there. Pathfinding in this is rudimentary. And I'd say largely in part with Supreme Commander we got Total Annihilation, but a little bit better. But unfortunately these mods, the people that made them, that they just, I suppose they moved on with their lives and just did other things. Because I remember the mod maker community, I asked, you know, are you doing anything? It's like, oh yeah, we're interested. And by the time it came out, the scripting was a bit harder. It was using LUA instead of whatever rudimentary system that the game used, and yeah, it was just nothing doing really. But there are great mods for Supreme Commander. I just haven't really played any of them. That's not really a ring endorsement, is it? So I am gonna try and find some decent and fun mods for Supreme Commander, because it is the sequel to this game, or spiritual sequel. So you know, that should say a lot, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and build a Ravager, which is the large anti-starship weapon. And it's not really that good against large swarms of units, but it does look impressive. And hey, I know what's good against swarms of units. That fail. And there's my Doomsday device. It's Doomsday Machine. You know what, I'll come back here and I'm going to build a neutron missile launcher. That works against ARM because of course they've got little fleshy bits of organic matter in, which ostensibly is a cloned human being, but really it's just the brain and the life support system. Likewise with the core. Core was just like electronic engrams of people, therefore no souls, and just imagine like a robot which has got some personality traits of human. So either one's quite devoid of humanity. But hey ho, that was, like John Carmack said, yeah, I believe games should have a story, but they should be like a story in a porn film. I mean, you know it needs one, but it's not really important. Is it John Carmack or John Romeo? I can't remember. But it was one of the guys that made Doom. So Doom's got a story, but it don't matter. That's why when Bethesda was trying to do all this stuff with like the lore and things, I was just like, guys, why are you doing this? I know some people say, oh yeah, but it's really cool because like Doom guy will go ahead and he'll like punch the screen to like skip the story. It's like, yeah, that one time, the one time he did that, the rest of the time, you're sort of stuck in lift scenes where, so you're in the elevator because it is one of those hidden load menus, in other words, where you get the lore just sort of droned onto you, and it's like, and you try and shoot speakers or screens and nothing destroys. It should have allowed you to do that. It's like, I understand this is a loading menu, But I should be able to like destroy the computer or the hologram or the speaker or whatever it is. I should be allowed to destroy it so I can just like enjoy my load scene with nothing happening. Games in the future may not have loading screens in the same way because hopefully in the future they'll have the direct storage where there'll be some sort of clever trickery between NVMe storage, the PCI Express bus, and graphics cards. So it's just like, yeah, there you go. The level of your first-person shooter game is loaded directly into the graphics card. So we'll see about that. You know, I've seen these sort of promises before, and they never quite pan out. Never quite pan out. Let's see if I can send my diplomat through. No, not really. So let's need engineers to clear the wreckage in this pass. Really, considering the sort of tactics and vehicles available in this, and stuff like torpedo bombers, this game is World War II, but with space lasers. And you know what? It's great. It's absolutely great. The setting's fine, because you couldn't just like have like a brigadier general just with a magic wand and he's building barracks and factories, and you know, you just got your barracks just magically spawn men. That would be considered unseemly. But in a space age game where it's just like, yeah, you've got this stuff and it works. It's like, yeah, it does work, doesn't it? Neutron missile launcher. You can use it on armed forces and it kills them, which is very good. Turns them into wrecks. So where's my Kurgov? There's my Kurgov. Ah, it was such a big deal when it came out. There's even a special mission called Krogoth Encounter, and I believe it was voted as one of the top 10 most badass robots of all time. Although technically it's not a robot, it's a K-bot actually. Yeah. Please respect my in-game lore. Is there anything else I can build here? Can I build one of these on the ridge? No, it's not going to let me build that. Really don't like the sound effects of this sort of stuff. Would much rather it was one that went pew pew pew, but then again it is going pew pew pew. There we go. Pew 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 pew. Never get bored of that noise. I really should be getting some starships up and running, but I'm still building up all my my construction ability. What if I tell them to guard? Will it assist build the nuke? Ah no, that was a feature that came out in Supreme Commander then. Oh well. It'll repair it if ever it gets attacked. Oh, that little flash there. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just say reclaim that tank. Just so I can give my laser turrets a bloody rest. Oh, do you want to get out of there? No, just go ahead and reclaim all that wrecks. You know what? That's enough. You don't really need to reclaim all of those wrecks. So the Krogoth has got guided rocket launchers there, and they're big ones too. So it's rather good for anti-air. But one on its own isn't going to be able to do much. There you go. There's the Hawk launch its missiles and seemingly no effect. We know better than that. Now in Uberhack, the Gauss guns on this, they can go through terrain without pausing. But in this one, they're just like tiny little things like that. Have I got one of these ready? Yes, I have. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, launch it there. So I'm going to send a neutron missile over. Unfortunately, there's no way to disable the Now I See cheat, so just going to have this constant spam in the sound effects. And so surely that neutron missile should be here now. I laugh in the face of your puny attack. Oh, I remember the fan fiction written about the Krogoff. Back before memes were a thing, there was just like people drawing cartoons of it and it shouting "you is bad" and then using its blue laser of death to destroy things. But yeah, that's taken a fair bit of damage, so let's go ahead and retreat that now. And you know what? I don't think that oh no, it didn't launch, that's why. So let's go ahead and say attack the vehicle plant, because that's a stationary target, so there's our one missile. Let's go and follow this. Now I could build a standard nuke which will just destroy things outright, but I prefer this one, it's more selective. So instead, see, it killed a bunch of units in that radius, but it left the infrastructure intact. And the diplomat's dead. The diplomatic mission was unsuccessful. Ha 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 ha. Ah, but now let's go ahead and tell all these guys to guard that. And then what I'm going to do is have it go there and patrol. It can't get through that wreckage. I think in Supreme Command, one of the other things they did with experimental units like that, they could just crush the thing. So yeah, I really should have a go at playing that game at some point. But there's my advanced radar communication thing, and it's got some light lasers, don't really do that much. There's the Krogoff, no auto repair system, which is a bit silly. Let's retreat that further so it can get repaired. And that is a big number. 382193. That's that number is big. So it must mean something. And let's start building starships. Starships is how we win things. Yes. Let's have 6 of each. Oh, buddy. Buddy, what are you doing? Buddy, that's how you die. Hopefully he figures out that he needs to come back and repair. Well, it was blue for a while, which means that it somehow was underwater, even though there's no water on this map. So, yep, not sure what went on there, but hey ho. And no, he's going in for another pass. And that's how you end up dead. Oh well. I think, yeah, I'm at the stage now where I can just go ahead and let's just go ahead and start churning units out. Yeah, there's some stuff coming in to repair. Can I build anything on this ridge? Oh, that spot's open. Whoa, buddy. Oh, okay, I've lost my radar starship. Oh well. Not really important, don't need it. You know what? Let's revise the patrol route. Let's go here, here, and here, and no further than that. And this Stormbringer is smart enough to come back in for repairs, so that's good. And of course there's a starship called Warspite. Revenge. Surprised there isn't one called Cerberus. Here's the other one. Three white lasers of death. Very nice. I'm getting tired of that, so let's just use one of those neutron missiles to shoot over the horizon, shoot over the mountain ridge, I should say, and deal with that force that's there. "29 kills or 30 kills. Well done, little destroyer. The plucky destroyer that could. So go ahead and attack that, and then come in for repairs. There we go. That's done with. Oh, that thing didn't last very long. Never mind. "70 kills, 38 kills, 7 kills. No, I'm just going to attack that ground. That'll do. Let's go ahead and assist build with that. Heavy attack starfighter. Well, that sounds interesting. A turreted starfighter. Nice. A star bomber. Cool. Yep, I want all of that stuff. You know what? Like, the sound effects of these, let's just put them on return fire. Ooh. That lance shot, that did a lot of damage. Quake-free, what was that? Gauss cannon sound effect? It's a good sound effect. Does the job well. Sledgehammer, why don't you call my name? No, with all the other sound effects, let's just put them back on fire at will. Get them doing something useful. I think I've got to download one of those maps once this is done, just to show you guys what this is supposed to actually look like, because it's all well and good playing on the original maps which came with the game, but I think it's time to send the Krogoth over. See if he can navigate through the mountain terrain by himself. Oh, is he going to get out of there in time? No, he is not. But you know what? It's okay, because now Control V selects all flying things. I don't want it to select all the. I'm going to have to do it the other way. I didn't want it to select the builders and the aircraft carrier. So let's just have all my military forces. There we go. Group 1 selected. Or Group 1 created, I should say. Here comes the Krogoth. So we'll just let him go on his merry march. That's funny, he's just decided to park on the mountain range. But anyway. Hopefully there'll be a base for the Krogoth to come to by the time he makes his attack. Let's see if it bears out. Landing aborted. All pads are occupied. Yep, those sledgehammers are having their job. Another game limitation. Shadows didn't work on aircraft carriers, and the shadow on this seems to not correspond to the shape of the vehicle. Or object, I should say. "59 kills. Let's have a look at the scores. Player has 1200 kills, Arm has 106. Okay, I need you to clear this wreckage, please. I might as well cloak as well. If you can. He's under attack, so he can't cloak. Ooh, that was a big hit. Okay, you go ahead and retreat now. I use my construction spacecraft to go ahead and do any more. Maybe you can shoot it out of the way. Nope. Okay. Let's slip one of these. unfortunately that little bit of wreckage there, that's blocking my Krogoth, so... Oh look, just out of range of the machine guns. And that was the decoy commander. This game really is World War II. Let's just hold there whilst the Starship effects repairs. Nah, it ain't gonna work. Come on, just keep on marching in. You go there. Oh, its movement animation seems to have stopped. Oh well. Who needs movement animations? He's just sliding into the enemy's base here, destroying everything he can see. Oh, but it's a robot, it doesn't have a gender. Oh, that's what you think. Of course it's got an agenda. And I think it's fitting that we allow the core experimental K-bot to go and have the finishing blows. I think it'll probably survive and get all the way. Yep, 48 kills. There we go. Right, and that's the game. And oh, look at the that's brilliant. OBS is actually stretching this to fit, so you're seeing all of that 320x240 glory. And you can see I produced a bit more energy. They made more metal, and they had more excess energy, more excess metal. So I was more effectively using my resources. But anyway, that's why I love this game so much. Thanks for watching.